You can just start. Oh, you're already live. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
All right. So the actual raw potatoes starter app you will use is another public repo. Clone that repo onto your development computer.
So just do git clone, the thing that it provides. Hang on. Yep. Okay, this happened to me too. So for some reason, they don't allow people to like clone the repository that's supposed to be public.
Oh, that's
So
weird.
yeah, what you need to do because you own the Cloud9 thing is you need to go to the Git branch that contains all of the rotten potatoes. Then you have to download the zip file and then upload it to Cloud9 that way.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
Yep. So you need to do like the local file upload. Cool. So that's all the stuff we need right there. So everything else I think we can delete.
Okay. Uh, I'll just move this. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can just keep going then.
Yep.
Whenever you start working on a Rails project, the first thing you should do is run bundler to make sure all the app's gems are installed. Switch to your app's root directory and run bundle install without production.
So now we just gotta cd dot and then cd rotten potatoes. If it exists, what the heck? cd rotten potatoes. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
That's now we run bundle and install. Is that what they said?
Bundle install dash dash without production.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Finally get the local, okay, just wait till that finishes. Okay, and then finally get the local database created, rake db :migrate.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Cool. Okay. Self-check. How does Rails decide where and when, where and how to create the development database? And check the DB subdirectory. It says this creates a local development database and runs the migrations to create the app schema. It also creates the file db/schema.rb to reflect the latest database schema. You should place this file under version control.
Okay.
So I guess we can do that now.
So basically, I'm pretty sure what happens, the file folder DB, then the folder migrate, there's just like 201.50.80.90, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you open that, that's basically the code for how the migration is going to work.
Right.
So yeah, double click that. Yeah. And so that's just like, okay, this is how you make the table. And then it makes the schema. I don't even really understand this either, but basically if you go over to the schema.rb, basically each movie, this is what the tables, I mean, for each table, the movies are each going to have these things.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So now for version control, we just do a get init and then get, let's check. Nothing but untracked files present.
Yeah,
okay.
git add and then git commit.
Yeah. Cool.
There we go. Great.
So now I want to seed it. Right, BB seed. Cool.
Okay, then what seed data was inserted and where was it specified? So I guess you can just run that code right there. Rate dash t. There you go.
So it was from the seeds.rb. Okay, so there's a ladder terminator with Harry met Sally, the help chocolate. This is all from seeds.rb.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, where was it specified? Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay. At this point,
Now
you should be able to run your app locally. So rel server. Great.
Okay.
Next part. I guess you can drive for this one too, because it's pretty short.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Actually, have you done this homework yet?
Yeah, I've done it once.
Okay, same. Do you want? I guess I'll just make a new Heroku again. All right. So checking the version. Yay. Wait, hang on. Because this is your Cloud9, I feel like you should actually use your Heroku. That would make more sense.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, cool. So now we can just create the Heroku app.
Mhm.
Great.
Cool.
So now it says we need to set up our keys.
Yeah, hang on. Wait, that didn't. Okay. Shoot. Where do you want to save the key?
Uh, I mean, where are we supposed to save it? Like,
I have no idea. It's been working without the keygen anyways.
that's what I thought too.
Let's just like.
Just quit out of it. Just exit out of it. I don't think we need to do that.
And I'm trying to. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I really don't think we need to do that.
Awesome. Wait, really quick. Hang on. I want to head over to my screen real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. Did you figure out what the heck this routes thing was?
Wait, what was that for?
So it says when selecting a movie rating should redirect to restful route.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to do that.
So basically, you have to, at the end of your, when you call your method, at the end of it, you have to do redirect _2, and then you have to call the method path.
Yeah, but when I selected the movie rating, wasn't it just clicking the checkboxes?
Yeah. But then after that, you have to redirect. Does that make sense or not?
It does. It didn't really make sense to me.
Wait, so you've already finished the coding for all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Here, do you want to go to my code really quick then?
Sure.
Okay, hang on. Shoot.
Okay, so let me see.
Yeah. So basically, I just corrected everything so that any nil errors that would run weren't issues anymore because everything had like defaults.
Okay.
So the check cache, everything was defaulted to true because you want to see all the movies.
Right.
Session checked was everything because my Heroku was actually really complaining about that.
Okay.
But then afterwards, depending on the parameters of like all the ratings that were checked, unless it was nil, then I would set the session check to be that, and then I would just check whether or not each one of these was checked.
Got it.
This check hash was just to, in this index, to tell them whether or not it was true that they were checked. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wasn't too sure where to include any redirect twos because my code was running just fine without redirecting anything.
Okay, let me see your.
Oh, you want me to run it? Hang on.
Yeah. Okay, can I see that error message again?
Which one?
From your when you checked your homework.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. So it's asking for get movies. So that would just be the okay. So define index. I guess try adding a redirect to. I don't know. Like I understand that it worked,
Uh-huh.
but let me see. So you're
Yeah, because everything would still work when I hit reset and everything without a redirect. So I was just confused about that.
just add one and see what the checker says.
Yeah, I've tried to do like just a random redirect to back to index or something, but then it does like an infinite redirect. So where would you recommend
Wait up, I'm
adding
getting a
one?
phone call. I'll be
Okay.
right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. So the error message says get movies when selecting should redirect to a restful route. So when I select a movie rating, so that would be here, I think. So then when I just do like redirect to
Movie underscore path.
no, but then that'll just redirect back to the index, right? Because I think I tried that before. Yeah. Yeah. So go back to the running application, and then just hit refresh or something. Huh? It's working on your computer. hitting refresh.
Okay, maybe it's your refresh button then. Where's
Yeah.
your code for your refresh button?
Refresh button is just an index. Yeah, right here. Right underneath the H1 on movies tag.
Okay, got it. D ratings underscore submit.
Normally, MoviePath just directs to the movie that was updated, though, right?
Yeah.
Or when you, yeah, okay. And then movies path just goes back to index.
Right.
Okay. But in this case, redirect to movie path isn't working because no route matches show controller movies. Oh, maybe def show. So in the movies controller, we need to make a show action, but the show action already exists here. Oh, okay. This is what's happening. So we call a redirect to movie path, right? And so then the action controller or the movies controller redirects to the show action, but the show action requires an ID parameter. But wait.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but the submit tag has an ID, so I don't know what's going on.
Let me see. So it says no root matches, missing required keys ID. So your movies controller.
Yeah, up in def show at the very top. Yeah, so ID is params ID, and I guess params ID doesn't exist. But that doesn't necessarily make sense because the refresh has an ID of rating submit. So required keys. Okay. Then what we should just do is it says missing required keys, right? And then everywhere else where we see redirect to movie path, there is a redirect to movie path, and then like brackets, I mean curly braces, not curly braces, so parentheses at movie, right?
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, okay. If there even a movie.
But you haven't created a movie yet, so you
Yeah,
don't.
true.
You really don't need that. Uh,
Okay, this should call an error. Cause an error. Okay. Yeah. ID now. Even ID. Let's just redirect to the movie path one. Okay, so that worked.
okay, so redirect to
I
ID.
just chose movie one. The movie with the ID one.
Okay, in your terminal, pull up the Rails routes.
You have access to it too. I'm not sure how to do that, so.
Do I need to move from here?
Let's do Control C.
Wait, yeah.
Huh. Okay, hang on. So now it's working where if I hit refresh, it'll just automatically redirect to movies.
Right, because you already put in ID.
With ID 1. So that should fix the redirect thing. But then the problem is it might break everything else.
Yeah, that's not how you should do it. I'm trying to remember the Rails routes command. With you're supposed to put something before it. Uh
Oh, just not. It's not
oh,
Rails route, just
rake
rake.
routes. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god. Okay.
yeah.
Rails routes.
Yeah. Okay,
There we go. Okay.
I can't scroll. What the heck?
Yeah, okay. Try expanding your terminal. Because
Yeah,
apparently like for pair programming it has to like match the other person's.
yeah. Expand your terminal too.
Okay. See if it works. Mine works.
Mine doesn't.
You have to expand it all the way so it takes up all the gray space.
I
Or
did.
like
No, like
shrink your whole window.
okay,
Like, okay, yeah.
and now good enough. I can see everything.
Right. So movies. Oh, let me see. Redirect to movies path. For that.
Sorry, let me run it. All right, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot.
Oh, wait, take out the one. Here we go. Try it again. Sorry, movies. Movies path. Okay, run it now.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense, dude. Okay, wow.
Does that make sense? So like when you're stuck on routing,
Uh-huh.
just put rake routes and then see which route you're trying to go to.
Okay. So
So
now,
we were
yeah.
actually yeah.
Sorry, go.
Yeah, we were accidentally going to the movie route, which was actually the one to like update and destroy and
Yeah.
create a movie. So
Okay. And now we do the same redirect to movies pass for the sort field, right?
excuse me?
Now we do the same thing because looking at the error message, we had to do it for the same. We had to do the same thing for the sort field.
Sort field.
So basically, when you click on the headings and it like orders everything.
Oh.
Yeah. So right here. Oh, here's what I can do. Because I don't want it to automatically run no matter what. Okay. And now we can do cool. Yeah. I think it works.
Okay, cool.
Except it's not highlighting anymore.
Highlighting what?
So if you go over to the app and then just go to the main index and click on movie title or release date, it's supposed to be highlighted yellow, but it's not.
Go to your go to the view or the sorry, the I forgot what it's called. Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just give me a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, I fixed it anyways. LOL. Talking to the peer grader right now. That's cool. So right now I'm just pushing it up to Heroku. Gotta wait. All right, let's see if it works. Nice. Okay. Hang on.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool. Hang on a second. I fixed the highlighting, by the way.
How'd you do that?
So basically, highlighting was only happening if sort was not nil. And so whenever I didn't press a sort thing, it would just automatically unhighlight everything. So it just took it outside of the .nil block.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Dang it, and the routes are still not working.
What?
Oh, the routes still aren't working. I'm still getting failures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did not redirect. But I did redirect. Yeah. Let's ship it real quick. Huh.
Is it the same error?
It is. Well, I mean, it's actually. Yeah, no, it's the same error.
Get movies when selecting a movie rating should direct to a RESTful route. Selecting a movie rating should redirect to a RESTful route.
Let's run right route together then. So now there's only patch put and delete for some reason.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's try to. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, actually, no. Now there's the get, post, get, patch put. Let's see. Get an index, get an index. Custom create, get view. Hello?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm not sure. I mean,
You could just see if get actually worked. Yeah, it's clean.
okay.
So the error message, they're all based around get movies, and that's all
Okay.
happening in the index. So
So when you are like sorting it, when you press like movie title or release date?
wait, sorry, did you ask me where I defined it or like when I defined it?
Like where? Like where in the
Oh, sorry,
program?
my bad. I thought you said when. Okay. It's right here.
Okay.
So you mean for like the sorting the stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's right here. So unless the sort parameters are nil, and I defined those sort parameters from the index view.
Okay.
So just under table, table head, table row, and then table heading again, right there. I pass a sort into the hash.
Okay.
And then based on that, unless it's nil, then I set the sensor sort to be that just to save it. And then I redirect there. And then no matter what, I'm going to highlight or not highlight from this code here based on the last session or the current session.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. I don't really see where it's failing.
You want to look at the fail message again?
Yeah. When selecting a movie rating, when selecting a sort field, should redirect to a RESTful route.
Do you want me to run the server?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's staying at movies the entire time. Oh, I think the problem is when you uncheck all that includes and hit refresh, then it doesn't direct to just slash movies. There's also a bunch of crap on the end. So see, try it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think we need to include a case for that, redirect in that case. So unless it's nil, uh, uh, let's see. So if it is nil, we're still going to do a redirect to movies path. And the hashtag check for nil checked at the very bottom. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we're just gonna do this. All right, let's see if it works. Okay. Uh,
Redirected you too many times.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the infinite redirect problem I was having. Oh yeah, because as soon as you hit redirect, of course it's going to always be nil, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Um, so okay, we're gonna get crap is back. If it's nil, okay, let's do a check for if session checked or session last checked is nil, because even if if session last checked is nil, that makes sense because I was saving whether or not it was nil beforehand, and if it's nil this time, it's still gonna, yeah, I think it'll work. Hang on, let me try it. If session last checked, nil, direct to movies path. Okay. Um, didn't really work. Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah.
Do you want to try and drive now? Do
Huh?
you want to drive?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. So let's see how it was working before all of the redirect twos.
Okay.
I'm just gonna delete those and just see. I think control. Just check that everything's working. Okay. So now, can you pull up the failure message?
Yep. Right here.
Okay. So get movies when selecting a movie rating should redirect. Oh, maybe when, as soon as you, uh, by what it's saying, it seems like when you click the button here, it should automatically refresh.
Okay.
I didn't, like, I haven't started the homework, but did it say anything about, like, refreshing automatically or not?
No, I don't believe so. Let me check it really quick. Um, yeah, no, the refresh button's there for the refreshing. It doesn't auto refresh. Yeah. So the thing where it asks you to do the RESTful stuff is actually in docs part 3 MD.
Okay, let me
.md.
see.
Yeah, it's under hints and caveats.
If the user explicitly includes sorting, filtering settings, and parameters.
So that's taken care of.
Oh, here,
It's only, yeah.
if the user unchecks all checkboxes, use the setting stored in the session hash, since it doesn't make sense for a user to uncheck all the boxes.
So that's also taken care of. It's the to be RESTful thing.
We want to preserve the property that a URI that results in a sorted/filtered view always contains the corresponding sorting filtering parameters. The restful thing to do is redirect to the new URI containing the appropriate parameters.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the incoming and new URI was supposed to be, because honestly, the only thing that like might fit those two is the index. And if I just redirect to the index, of course, you get the redirect to you too many times.
So, wait, so you have to redirect to the new URI containing the appropriate parameters.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Let's see. Okay. Additional redirect.
So it's saying in the case that you're lacking the right parameters. So I'm guessing that means when the parameters are nil, because when the
Right.
parameters are nil, that's when I feel them losing the session, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we should include the thing in the .nil, the redirect, but that's what, and I tried that, right? And then that's when we had the infinite redirect thing. So
Hmm. Yo, let me do rake routes. Let's see.
okay. Yeah, get movies is all in index. So
Right. So it's all an index. And the path is still movies. Huh.
okay, hang on. So it says if it's lacking the right parameters, then you fill them in with session. Okay. And that is the case. Yeah, that's the case here for filling in with session when you lack the params, right?
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't work. So, if dot minimal less. Okay, let's try this. So, if session class checked. Okay, no. Unless session last checked out, no. So the session last check is just I preserved the last session in there.
Okay.
The last session, the checked key from last session, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so unless that's not what I did, is I took the session check and I set it to there.
Right.
Okay, and then if session check not include. Yeah, let's just try this. Redirect me too many times. Okay. Oh, because session last check, of course, starts out nil. Huh. Let's say if it's nil. Okay. Shoot. Yeah, it's still doing the. It's not doing the redirect.
Well, let me look at the README again. So if a user unchecks all checkboxes, use the settings stored in the session hash. Where did you put that in your code?
You mean using the session hash?
Yeah.
Okay. So for when the params are nil, it's right here. Check for nil checked. So if it doesn't provide any ratings, in that case, that's when the user unchecked every box. Then we're going to say, okay, unless our last preserved session is nil, then we're going to set the current session, our current safe state of checked to be the last safe state of checked, and then we just do everything.
Right, so that's all working though.
Uh-huh. The only problem that's happening right now is that whenever you hit refresh, when everything is unchecked, then there's some crap after movie that's question mark, UTF-8 equals check mark, and commit equals refresh. So somehow we need to do a redirect to movies path without having to do it infinitely, right?
Right. Let me try that and see, because this is after you order it, right?
Uh-huh.
Right, so unless param stored equals nil, then it should
Yeah,
sort and then redirect.
So the source working, I think. Because it's still staying on movies. Well, that one's not working.
Okay, so the only thing that's fixed is that after you select one, it takes out all the stuff at the end of the URL, but that doesn't really solve the problem though.
Well, I mean, like, it solved the problem for the selecting ones. Our only problem left, I feel like, because when you hit the sorts, I mean, when you click the movie, when you click the table headings, it redirects to movies/movies to get movies. So that works. Because now there's not extra crap on the end that there used to be.
Yeah.
So we fixed it for the sort completely. Now we just need to fix the check marks for the nil case when there's no check marks. Is that the only case when a bunch of stuff appears after /movies?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is again back to our old problem. So if nil, if the ratings are nil, this is unless they're nil. So if they are nil, Let's just try putting the redirect in here. Because YOLO. Okay, redirect me too many times. Never mind. So that didn't work.
Okay, try it again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And wait, what did you change?
I just moved the thing from bottom to the top, but
Okay.
didn't really help.
Hang on. So, by our thinking right now, this sword should pass the homework checker. So let me just push it up to Heroku and check it.
Okay.
I think so. We haven't changed anything. Okay. So maybe we didn't. That's okay. Homework 3. Still broken. Oh man.
Good movies when selecting a movie rating should redirect to a restful route.
This happens like every time. There's always one thing that like just won't fix. Wait, so how much of this course have we finished so far?
Huh?
How much have you of this course have we finished so far?
Like of this homework?
No, of like the class.
Well, everything. Like I just haven't done the homework yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to understand what they're trying to say in the README.
Yeah, because it makes it sound like during the act of selecting the checkboxes, it should be redirecting.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Maybe it's just like their wording, but
I wish that we were allowed to see the auto grader's code so that we could figure out what the parameter was that they needed.
yeah,
Actually, let's see if the R spec is in here.
it's
Spec.
not. I looked.
Okay, never mind. Randomly in the movies helper, they include a depth oddness count to check whether or not something's odd, but I don't know if that'll help us.
I don't know. It's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No tests are included in the code on here. What's the link? I'm just gonna start at the server again.
Okay.
You know what might be good? It's all pushed up to Heroku, so I'll just do a bunch of stuff on there, and then we can check the Heroku logs. Okay. So there's the Heroku logs. So the last few, I just unselected everything and hit refresh a bunch of times. Method get path movies. Oh yeah, see, so that's the problem. The path equals slash movies and then question mark UTF, all that stuff.
So path.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Method get path. Wait, I don't understand that else statement.
so, like, our problems with sorting, right?
Uh-huh.
So we only did the redirect to movies path if it's not null, right?
Yeah.
So if it is null, we still need to redirect to movies path, right?
Uh-huh.
And then it'll run through all of
That
this.
still might do it if never. Yeah, let's try it. But I think it still might do. Okay. Yeah.
I have no idea what to do. I'm just gonna do random things.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So unless it's nil, so that's in the case that it is nil. No. Redirect to movies path.
Right.
Okay, so this is what we had before,
Yeah.
and it's working. And when you hit sort, I mean not when you hit sort, when you hit the table headings in the correct way and a redirect to movies. Okay, our main problem is an infinite redirect. Let's go to Stack Overflow. Rails. Rails. So the problem right now is not with again. I'm just going to reiterate what our current situation is. So our problem right now is not that when we select something, it isn't working, because when we do select something and stuff is not nil, then the redirection works.
Right. No, I get that.
Okay, so I was just reiterating. So now our main problem is that, okay, when we have a dot nil, I said this like 3 times because I can't get it around. When we have a dot nil and we try redirect, then we get an infinite redirect. So I think what I need to do, or what we need to do, is change these parameters for whether or not this block runs. So like change it, instead of having a params ratings dot nil, because of course once you do a redirect, it'll always be a nil, and so it'll do an infinite redirect.
Exactly.
Okay, so if it's not nil, let's just make okay, let's just do this. At the very, very top, let's just say make a new redirect counter to 0. Okay. And then I guess let's just do it at the bottom. Unless that redirect counter is greater, unless is less than 2, redirect to movies path. Oh, and then of course we want to do the redirect counter plus equals 1, right?
Yeah.
Let's try that. Okay. Fudge. Okay, that didn't fix it. But we're not getting an infinite redirect anymore.
But is it working?
It's not working in getting rid of this stuff after slash movies. Let's put that up here. So unless it's dot nil, unless that, let's try it. Huh. Do you have any ideas?
Okay, so let me just go through your code. So starting from here, so like check for nil checked.
Uh-huh.
So if params ratings is nil,
Uh-huh.
so ratings is just the checkboxes for GP, PG13, or R, right?
Yep.
Okay, so if that's nil, that means none of the boxes are checked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we redirect there, then it would just create an infinite loop because it would always be unchecked.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when did we? This is where we make it checked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So after we make it checked, then we need to redirect to movies path. Have we tried this before?
I don't believe so. Let's try it.
Okay, try that.
Infinite redirect.
Huh.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Unless it is nil, so that means unless it's nil, so that means it's not nil. So last checked is always going. In this case, is not nil. So this will always run.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, so then let's say if session last checked got nil, redirect to previous path.
Okay, try that.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
I mean, it's not an infinite loop, but when I uncheck everything, all the crap still shows up.
If session last checked is nil, or it's not nil, redirect to movies.
Or let's do or session checked got nil. Try that. Yeah, not working. Whew.
Okay, so what constitutes whether the session is checked? Like, we go to the last checked. Is that like the last time they've refreshed the page?
Last checked, if you just scroll up to the hashtag tech boxes filtering, the block right above this one. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like unless it's nil, then you set the session checked. That's where we set the session check the first time. I mean, that's where we modify the session check for the first time here.
Okay.
And then once I do everything with that, I set the last check to be the session checked, and then I redirect. Okay, so last checked is just a way of keeping track of the last session.
Okay, got it.
Because,
so,
yeah.
I can try this to see if it works. I'm not sure at all.
Okay.
Try running that.
Yeah, that's an infinite loop.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Okay. Let's see if we put, instead of if params ratings.nil, if we did if session checked.nil. Okay. Okay, now it's just, yeah, that just broke. Oh, okay, and the reason that was doing that is because up here I set the default for session check to be GPG PG13R.
Oh, okay, got it. So that's default.
Right there.
Got it. Okay, so what are you doing here?
Oh, there's just to save the current session so that in the case that params ratings is nil, then I can just refer to the session last checked to fill in session checked and then make all the checkboxes correct.
Okay, so that's basically just like your save function.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why don't you just put, like, why don't you take this out and
Okay.
put last checked in all of these?
Sure. Yeah, actually that's a good idea.
Just to make it a little bit, I don't
Easier
know.
to understand. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we can see something that we haven't seen before.
Okay, well it's still working. But the stuff at the very top is still here. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still better. Okay, if session last check. Okay. Stop now. We can't say if session last checked out nil because again it will always like be nil as
Yeah.
soon as you do a redirect. Yeah. So I think now our strategy, we can't check if anything's nil to do the redirects. We have to find a
Exactly.
different way to check.
Yeah. We can't really check by, yeah, because we've already overridden the last checked.
Um, or we could say if like params right. If session checked equal to equals session last check. Wait, actually, if we access this when the ratings are nil, that means this didn't run. Yeah, screw it, let's just try it. Okay, that did an infinite redirect. But it still didn't work. Yeah, didn't work. Let's just Google it. How to redirect when parameter is nil. You know what we could maybe do?
What?
Instead of redirecting to movies path, do you want to redirect to like just another controller action? So like redirect to actually all of the control actions other than index will direct to something other than index. Well, outside of create and edit. Hmm. If we actually just need to put the redirect to down here. Redirect to movies. Because if we put the redirect to up here, then the parameter rating will still stay nil. But if it is nil and then we do all the checking and then we redirect, maybe the parameter ratings will not be nil anymore.
I think we already tried that.
Maybe.
You can try it again though.
Yeah, never mind, it didn't work. Shoot.
So when we added this redirect, did it do anything?
Mm-hmm. So without that
Like,
redirect, it'll here, yeah. Without that redirect, if you click the check marks, then crap will appear after slash movies. But with the redirect, it'll just constantly stay slash movies without any stuff after it.
okay, so that fixed it when it was checked, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when nothing's checked, it's messed up.
It is really messed up.
So then what's this doing? Is this doing anything?
Yeah, this is making it such that when you click the headers to try and sort the movies that are there, it keeps the slash movies to just be slash movies. Same
Okay.
thing.
So the redirect twos are doing the right thing.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Just making making sure. And what are you doing up here?
So I'm just setting this session checked hash to be all the keys that are actually checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then why didn't you add that to the end of here?
Where? Right there.
Here.
Let me see.
76.
Because this if statement is only. Yeah, let's try it. I don't know. It was working without it, so I'm not sure. Oh no, the problem with doing that actually is that params ratings were just nil.
But isn't this updating it right here?
Oh, true, huh?
Right. So
Yeah, yeah, okay, let's try it.
oh wait, let me put that and then redirect here.
Okay.
Try that.
Undefined, yeah, so it's still saying that params ratings is nil, which is really weird because I would hope that would set it to be not nil. Oh, okay, or what we could do, maybe just to like give it more buffer time or whatever, just try and set down that params actually is no longer nil. Shoot. No, never mind. Session checked equals session last checked. Because we know session last checked is not nil.
Right.
Maybe, let's see. Okay, it's redirecting so many times.
Okay, when does add check hash actually become like a reality? When does it?
So in the index.html.haml at the very, very top under under %sign h1 all movies,
Okay.
it's right here. Because I
Okay.
didn't want to include any app logic in the view. So
Right.
that's just sort of just feeding based on what rating it is. It's just feeding true or false.
Okay. Check hash rating. So by the end of all of this, check hash should be what it was when it was last checked, right?
Oh, are you saying we should just check the check hash then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Do you want to try one first?
Huh?
Do you want to try writing code to check the check hash first? Because we all have different ways of doing it.
Oh no, you can go ahead and do it.
Okay. Hmm. making the two. So G, PG, PG, 13, and R. Okay, so if everything's false, if that's the case, redirect to. Okay, let me think. So, the check. Damn it. It's not infinitely redirecting, but it's still not working.
Huh.
Yeah, because this stuff is actually a direct modifying the check hash, right? Yeah, so. So if everything is false,
So if params rating equals nil, then basically what you're doing is just you're making it go one step back. So session checked will be equal to session last checked.
yeah.
So instead of putting all of this, can you just like put this in reverse?
Session check. Oh yeah, yeah.
Try that.
Okay, shoot. Okay, unless it's no.
Just like comment this out.
Okay. Shoot. You know how to do a comma before like all of the lines quickly? Is there
I
a
think
command for it?
yeah. I mean, nope. Wait. I think it was.
Maybe it's like shift hash. Oh no, control shift hash.
I heard a picture sound. Oh, I took a screenshot. I heard. I
Oh,
took a
okay.
screenshot. Oh man, I was
Yeah,
embarrassed.
I'll just manually. Okay. So let's just say if it's nil, no. Because
Just
unless
keep it
or put
unless.
else.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
else.
Else. Okay,
Oops.
else. If it's unless it's no. Okay, else. Uh, okay.
Maybe.
No.
Nope.
Well, let's first get rid of the redirect and see if the code logic still
Yeah.
works.
Try that.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yep, okay.
So the redirect is really screwing us over.
Definitely. Is there a different way to redirect? No.
Yeah, try searching that up. Oh wait, I think I'm being dumb. Wait. Why don't we just try the actual redirect to
Huh. Okay, this works.
because that's like the manual way, right? That should work.
Oh no, it didn't. Dang it. Well, I found that there's something that you could do. You could just do a redirect to back. So that just gives you back to the thing that requested whatever happened. Yeah. Oh, there was no request in the first place.
Oh,
That sucks.
redirect to action index.
Action index.
Maybe.
Sure. But if we just redirect to index again. Oh, I actually tried that beforehand. Yeah, that's another loop.
Oh, you tried that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Redirect to index. We'll just. Or do you want to just stop checking params ratings and instead do this? So session check that now. And then here we're going to go, what the heck? Let's not do that. We're going to go session. Okay, and then here we say unless params. No, let's just say session check straight equals params. Ratings. Yeah, that's another redirect. Shoot. You know what? Let me just check it through the homework checker again.
Okay.
Okay, so now something's changed. That's good. Okay, now I got 0 out of 38. 308.
Well,
Yeah, it just like didn't work at all. Um,
well, did you stop the loop?
which one?
The infinite loop that was happening.
I don't know. I don't think so then. Wait, let me just check if I did. Hmm. Well, let me first fix my grade. Uh, do you know on Git how to pull down a certain commit state?
What?
Nothing. Okay.
Oh, are you trying to go back?
Yeah. Here. Uh, well, what the heck? Oh, it's out of this.
Uh, just exit out of the terminal. I don't know what happened. Or type exit maybe.
I don't know if you'll be able to use this terminal though. Did you see me open a new terminal? Yeah, this is what happens. So now we don't see the same terminal. Okay, yeah, I fixed it again. Still having the same errors.
Okay.
Do you want to just like call it a day?
Yeah, I guess so. When
Okay,
I do my own,
let,
when I do
let
my
me
own
give you the
homework, I'll.
point.
Okay.
If you manage to fix it, like let me know.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, see ya.
Okay. Bye.